Welcome back, trainers, and today we're going to be taking a look at regular Staraptor, but we have a few things to talk about and take a look at before we initially start looking at the battles that I'm actually able to compete with and actually do something here. And what I mean by that is I want you to take a look at the Pokemon that we're going to be seeing here, and then we're going to switch the back of our line, and then we're going to see what we see up front here so you can see the patterns and how it does switch upon you here. So we went, you all called it, okay? So let's talk about what I was gonna say here before we initially get into this. So some of you were like, oh, you went really positive today. The algorithm must be all good for you. Like we've described, I don't know how many times I have to say this. It goes both ways. It goes against you and it goes for you, okay? So I went 0 and 10, folks. Oh, that's not an exaggeration. And if you wanna go even further, I actually went, I'm going to have to say 15 and 1. I am not joking. There was literally nothing I could do. And it does have something in part to do with Staraptor being not as good, not as reliable. And it's nothing to do with Shadow and this and that. It's just, it just didn't work out as it planned it for it to, like I did yesterday here. So down goes the Staraptor, and we got the Alola Marowak. We're shieldless, and we were barely, almost taking that win. Almost. We had a Swampert lead, so we got one Swampert lead, and I'm not showing you all of them. At this point, this was the 4th Swampert lead, and then we got a Whiscash. So we're seeing nothing but ground and water in the front with the Alola Marowak. Okay. Now, I will be showing you when I do switch up my teams here, and we're going to be backing out. I'm just giving you examples so you can see what I'm trying to deal with here, and I know you are all too. Leading with Venusaur, I met with a Golbat. This is what I'm talking about with the fighter in the middle. And then the Staraptor in the back. So there's the year 0 and 5. Like I said, I'm not going to be going over all of it, but it was to the point. I wasn't even, look, I've been really controlling myself when it's come to this. I'm starting to become numb, and it's just kind of like very entertaining. So what I'm going to do is just flip it. We're not going to get all ranty. We're just going to take a look and discuss it here, right? Simple as that. I'm not like acting a certain way. I'm just presenting you the evidence that I have got here. So I put the Gramble on here with the Crunch. We're met with the Deoxys. I swap into it. And at this point, I'm not even thinking if I'm going to be safe. I'm just swapping into my Gramble to see what they're going to throw at me. And they bring in a Walrein here. So we are going to double shield. Unfortunately, that's what we're going to have to do to win this matchup. I'm expecting them maybe to Deoxys. We'll have to see because we do have Crunch ready to go. So they still have 2 shields. And we see a lot of people doing the no shield Poke-AK challenge. And I'm going to have to say, continue to do so. Yeah, keep bringing it on. All right. You don't have to shield me up and see if you can beat me. That sounds fantastic. So we do go down. They bring in an Umbreon. Very interesting. Just to kind of absorb all of that there. And we're bringing in the Metachan. They didn't want me to farm them all the way up. And so they swap back into their Deoxys here. So we're going to kind of try to make do here, hitting me with that Thunderbolt, going for the Ice Punch. This is all we can really do. And we still do have the Staraptor in the back. And I'm going to have to say, compared to the Shadow, I really didn't feel like it did much more for me or much less. The Shadow can obviously not take as many hits, but is doing more damage. I can't really give you a specific one that's better. Personally, I think maybe I'll just go with the Shadow. But this one worked fine too. So next battle, we're met with the Galvantula. All right, this is the story of my life, so we're going to go ahead and swap into a Marowak. They swap into Pelipper, and I just immediately back out. I don't even care. I'm not trying to get to Legend, and I'm not trying to sit there and waste my time. So watch this. So we're going to put a Fairy in the back, and we're going to... I was predicting a Poison up front. So what do you all think? No, okay, there you go. There's that Nidoqueen. It's the algorithm in work for you folks. So there is one, and I'm just trying to simply show you it in just in a simplistic way. All right, so it's as simplistic as it can get by simply showing you my team, explaining what's in the back, and explaining what we will see in the front. So you have the potential to see in the back something that you are going to be weak to or strong against to. Okay. So we're going to town here. They're going to be swapping into a Walrein. Was that Walrein? As we do go for the Psychic here. Yes, it is. And I do decide to stay here because the counter damage is doing quite a bit. We're just going to go ahead and bring in the Ninetales here and get off. This is not going to KO, unfortunately. And if they want to hit me with an Earthquake, that's fine. I'm just going to have to put all my hope in the Staraptor here. So they haven't used the shield, going for that Earthquake. All right, so we do bring in Staraptor to take them out with the Gust. Let's see where they're going to come back. All right, bringing back that Nidoqueen here. So we're going to let this go, just assume, or never mind. Of course, you know, opposite of what I've said. All right, so we almost farm them down. They survive with like 1 HP. We go for close combat here. And yeah, that's a wrap. They take me out. I back out. So we're going to go ahead and swap it again. So this was the most successful one with the Empoleon in the back. You're going to see what we're going to start to see here. So we got the steel in the back. Okay. I was hoping we would potentially get some sort of a fighter or a ground type. I'm thinking Galarian Stunfisk because of the water. So let's see what we get here. It's a Wall Rain. Sounds good. Resisting the water. Perfect. So they're going to be swapping into their Alolan Marowak, and we're going to go ahead and bring this in. Now, I got greedy here. This was dumb of me. So what I thought I was going to be able to do was obviously let this Bone Club go and then farm them down. But unfortunately, they're going to be able to get to another one sitting on about like 3 or 4 HP. So unfortunately, we have to shield up, and now we're down to shield. Of course, they're going to be bringing back that Wall Rain, and they actually farm me all the way down. But not before we do throw a couple of these drill pegs here, doing some decent damage to it. And we're still down to shield, but they got a ton of energy. So as long as we get this out of the way, maybe the Talonflame should be able to handle what is in the back here. We'll have to see. We're going to let this go. And I'm pretty sure they swap here. Yes, and they have a Nidoqueen in the back. Sounds good. All right, we're going to go ahead and go for that Ice Punch. And they're letting it go. At this point, I'm thinking, do we have another one of these like double shield challenge, like no shielding Poke AK things going on here? And if that's the case, then okay, sweet, let's go. All right. So I know how it goes too. It's probably, you know, people save their shields to the end, but I've been noticing it a lot more lately, like 7-fold in comparison to what it has been. Let's see what happens here. We take them out. No shields. Okay. All right, sounds good. We didn't really give him a chance to. Anyways, next battle, we have a Medicham here. We got that steel in the back, beautiful. And then that flying in the middle, bringing out that fighting in the front here. So we got a mirror match going on. We're going to go ahead and let them throw their Psychic first. And no debuff on our end. We're going to go ahead and throw our own Psychic. Hopefully they let this go. And they do. Fantastic. So here is the part that is going to separate the two of our Medichams. They do have Power Up Punch. And we know that's Power Up Punch because that was way too soon. Or it could have been an Ice Punch, I suppose. And we're going to go ahead and go for ours, and it will take them out when we do win that matchup. They will be able to gain a little bit of farm, but that's really not much at all. And we have that Steel Empoleon ready to go up against this Wigglytuff, and they don't want nothing to do with it, just like me with those other battles. And we take the win, and we're going to go ahead and move on to our next opponent and see what we have. The Staraptor, it's like, what is it doing? It does stuff. You'll see here. So we swap into our Talonflame, or swap into our Staraptor. They bring in their Azumarill here, and we're going to go ahead and go for a Brave Bird. See, since we're not Shadow, we can debuff ourselves and then survive the quick move damage if we do decide to shield up, which is very nice. But I do believe we are actually going to just farm them all the way down here, which is worth the shield, and they're going to be bringing back Talonflame. We're actually able to get to another Brave Bird. They did have a charge move. They're just farming us down. Yeah, exactly. That's a smart play. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Empoleon here. We're going to let this go. It does start adding up here after this flame charge, but they're going to be retreating into their Medicham. Now, I didn't immediately swap because my recording thing is in the corner, and I thought it said Nidoqueen. I don't know, well, not Nidoqueen, but I thought I saw the typing of it, so I stayed there for a second, but I just realized it was Medicham. So we're in here with our own here. So we got their last shield. Fantastic. I think we want to let this go, calling the Power Up Punch. That was a fantastic call, folks. I mean, I think that could have been the difference between winning this and losing almost. So perfect. That's all we need to do. So we'll let the Medicham go. And it is another Power Punch. We still are going to be surviving. We swap into our Empoleon, go immediately for the Hydro Cannon as they do bring in their Talonflame because it is their last Pokemon, and we take the win there. Looking good. Next battle, we're going to be met with an Obstagoon. Fantastic. We got that Steel in the back, bringing out that counter user, and they're going to be bringing in a Nidoqueen, which we're going to be bringing in our Empoleon immediately here. Now, as much as I'm pretty sure I knew this was going to be Poison Fang, we're still going to shield it up because an Earth Power would have been pretty devastating, and we're in a good position, farming them all the way down, so I think it's going to be worth it there. And they did bait me, so it is what it is. You just got to work around that, bringing in that Obstagoon as we suspected. Going to be going for the first Hydro Cannon here. They let both of these go, if I do recall this correctly here. Probably just preparing for whatever they have in the back. Have they used no, are they trying to do the no shield thing? Oh, okay. I got a little something for you in the trunk, my friend. Here, let me grab it. And what it is going to be a Staraptor. Yeah, do something about this one here. Yep, exactly. 2-shield me. Let's see it happen, folks. Keep it coming with that flex. All right, let's go. Next battle, we're going to see a Scrafty. Beautiful, bringing out the counter user with that steel in the back. So it just flipped. It's all about like order as well as what's, you know, score you got, how many points you got. It's super annoying. Anyways, bringing in the Empoleon here to handle this thing. Under tapping, but they still shielded it up. We're going to let this go, calling their Poison Fang. And I do believe they're going to be double shielding this Golbat. And what I'm going to do is bring in my Medicham and I'm going to farm it down with counter. You better believe it. And we're going to let their charge move go as well. We're going to go ahead and call their Poison Fang and just take that damage and let them lower our Well, you don't have a choice whether or not the defense is lowered, right? Whether you shield or not. So they're bringing in a Jellicent, and this is getting a little iffy. Now, what we can do to win this is simple. We'll shield this up. No problem. If you bait me, that's okay. I don't really care. That's okay. We take out the Scrafty, and we're just going to Brave Bird their Jellicent, but they back out. Staraptor's been getting a lot of people to back out. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Staraptor finally is getting his time to shine. Now, it's not like, oh my goodness, it's so great now, but it's actually doing stuff, and it is pretty decent. All right, with that Staraptor in the middle and then Empoleon in the back, we're seeing some really good leads here. So they're going to be swapping in the Venusaur, and I want you to witness this here. So you know what? I'm going to have to say for Great League, regular Staraptor, because look, we survived this. You couldn't survive that with the regular one. We farmed them down, and Staraptor putting in that work. Let's go straight for the close combat here. And it is a Bastodon. You better believe it, folks. So now it's just pretty much over, right? I'm bringing in that Medicham and countering him down, I think. This is, okay, never mind. They're going to put up a fight until the end. Going for a Psychic immediately. There's no need to bait here. I don't even care. Do we have another one of these 2 shield things? Do you see what's going on here, folks? Keep it coming. Let's go. I'm seriously going to probably stop trying to experiment. Pick a real team. And if you want to just keep doing this stuff, is there like a post somewhere, like, you know, Dumbville Reddit, or I don't know what's going on, because like I said, you've seen it in the video. It doesn't occur like this. Okay, it does not occur like this, but I'm not complaining. And it's funny too, because you're only going to be able to win that challenge, I'm going to say 90% of the time if you get a good lead. Guaranteed. But keep it coming. So we got a Staraptor out here, and we got a Spylus. This is the last battle. I was going crazy, so just trying to change it up to see what we can do. And sure enough, it still worked out. We're letting that Rock Slide go. And they're getting to another one. We're going to absolutely let this go as well. Contemplating shielding it up. We let it go and survive. Getting to the Dark Pulse. This Phyllis is just putting in the work. That Staraptor on there and had no time to do anything. This is why I recommend the regular one. All right, so it does still do good, and we got a Tropius in the back, folks. We're going to have another 2-shielder on our hands. We do. They're really holding on to these shields, man. I love it. Let's go. Keep it coming. All right, so Staraptor says, I'm going to end this right about now. And yes, we do. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
If there's any thought that I think of me for a little support, at a time of need, it'll be enough. Not a chance. Driving here to town, can't see or hear. Kill communication, stepping off the grid just to let me know. Too many got my time.